Don waited until the game is done to do the research and then came on the football terrace.
Bro, I'm not even surprised. Like, Terry, you're looking at me right now, bro. I'm not even angry, bro. I'm not even angry. You don't know how I feel about the team when Nkunku plays up top. Because right now, the team ain't even that confident. But when we play this guy up top, it's honestly like playing 10 men, bro. Right? And I'm not saying he was the only problem today, but the major problem that I've got is when he's playing up there, he doesn't like that position. He neglects that position, bro. I saw him at one point picking up the ball from the centre backs, yeah, doing rondos with the midfield, and I'm looking at him and I'm like, bro, when you leave the centre backs, all they do is squeeze up, and there's no target man for us anymore. I see our players on the wings, especially, get the ball, they look up, bears when Nkunku plays up top, and there's no one there, Terry, right? There's no one there, and it's not so much on him. Because today, Maresca's hands were handicapped. They were handicapped, bro, right? But today, honestly, reminded me of the game the other day. When I said to you, Spurs, when they played Liverpool, the game was made a lot easier because they had no striker. It's the same thing as today, bro. We had no outlet up there, right? If we had Gil available for this game, you would see Brighton scrambling a lot more because he would have been running the channels. He would have been pressing from the front. Nkunku does this half-hearted press as if he doesn't want to hurt his knees, yeah? Maybe he's got a mental block in his head right now about injuries because he doesn't press, bro. He jogs towards the ball, yeah? And when you talk about the wingers, Neto was getting the ball so much in the first half, and every single time he's trying to run at Lamptey, he's just getting tackled. Does a little shimmy, he goes backwards. Then you've got Palmer stinking out the place in the midfield, right? The only midfielder that was good, really, in the first half for me, I thought Dewsbury was actually all right. I thought he was getting it, he was moving it quite quickly, progressing the ball. Caicedo was quite good as well with the balls he was playing into the final third, right? Second half, you saw Maresca try to tweak a few things. He played Cucurella in the left half space. He put Gusto in the pivot of Caicedo because Brighton were just trying to run through our midfield. I don't know if you guys noticed, João Pedro was just running through our midfield. So we needed a little bit more cover in there, right? But overall, he needs to start now tweaking it a little bit where he's got overlapping fullbacks because these wingers, the system is allowing the wingers to get on the ball a lot, Terry. Sancho, I don't know how many times you saw Sancho get on the ball today and he's got so much time and space to take a man on, but he doesn't want to do it, right? And that's what I was saying before. As much as we need an upgrade on Mudryk, yeah, we need an upgrade on Mudryk long-term, cool. But Mudryk is a different profile that's at least going to run at someone.
You know, you said something that you said something there that listen, I didn't like the way Sancho was treated at times, but by when he was at Man United. But one thing that used to frustrate me, I think he's a much better technical football player than Garnacho. But Garnacho would run at a player. He might always beat him, but he'd try. Where the amount of times I see Sancho, right, go at the fullback. And he's now starting to, when he first came to Chelsea, he's attacking and running. Now it's just, he gets it, I'll recycle it. I recycle it over and over again. It's interesting you pointed that out because that was always my biggest frustration with him at Man United.
Do you still think that your squad is good enough? Don't. Like, seriously, you criticize like 6 of your superstars. Sancho, Palmer, Enzo. Do you still think your squad is good enough, as you were mentioning the beginning of the season, better than Liverpool, better than Arsenal?
Bro, we've seen these lot play better than this, man. Every team, if you watch every game, every team week in, week out, you know that teams will have poor performances, right? But
you have had poor performances for a while.
Yeah. We've Palmer's fell off. Palmer's really fell off. I agree with Mo. Palmer, like even Nkunku was looking at him and it was like, give me the ball in front because he gave him the ball at the back. He took the shot like a weird shot.
It was two.
Sancho has 1 assist in 11 games.
It's not good enough.
1 assist in 11 games, bro.
But Mo, this is the problem though. This is what I'm saying. Terry's spot on. Sancho is an important squad player, but he is not the answer against every single team. A game like today, ideally, you need a Garnacho sort of profile on the left. You need a Mark Gill up top because you're playing a high line. So today, like I've said, we didn't have the best players for this team. I'll be real, like out there, And that doesn't take away any blame from Sancho because he should be doing better. But I have to look at the bigger picture right now. We're missing Mudryk in this team because we haven't got anyone like for example, Terry. Look at Garnacho yesterday when he came on. Yeah, Garnacho changed the game for United, bro. He's just running at guys and creating chaos. He whipped in the ball. Before you know it, it bounces everywhere. They score. Yeah. How often did you see Sancho do that? Because he keeps cutting in. How often did you see Neto run past? That's what. Hold on, bro. Yeah. That's why I'm struggling to overly criticize Maresca because this system is allowing the wingers to have so many opportunities to take their man on. It's on them to do it, right? And they're not doing it. That's the problem here, right? That's why he now has to make it easier, and he has to start overlapping the fullbacks a little bit more to give these guys more space and more time. Because like you're saying, Mo, they're just not as good as what we expected. As simple as that.
No.
Everyone knows Sancho's never been that direct runner. He's never been that, bro. He's more of a facilitator. He likes to, keep the ball, retain it and that. And bro, Neto's best performance in the Chelsea top came up the other day against West Ham when we actually had a target man up top. I wonder why. Yeah. So right now, the squad, like I've said, for me, is dark times second half of the season. As soon as I saw Gil go down injured, I said it's peak. It's peak. I am not optimistic about the second half of the season because Jackson right now is drowning. Away from Jackson, he's not even a natural striker. The only natural striker I wanted to see getting minutes is now injured. Yeah. And Nkunku is useless up top. So what am I really optimistic about?
It's the biggest mistake we made. We kept Nkunku and we let Felix go. It was the biggest mistake. Even when he had the chance to be one-on-one, he got the ball. He made the run. He got the chance. He tried to scoop it up to Palmer in a weird way, and Palmer couldn't head it in. And I was like, just take the shot. It's okay if you miss. Yeah, it's okay if you miss. But just take the shot. Like, they're not taking the shot.
I completely agree with you. I said on an energy thing, keeping the energy the same, the commentators tried to mock Xerxes yesterday. I think it was 1-1, and he tried to feed a ball into Højlund, and it was cut out. Oh, he lost the ball there. Yeah, I'm glad to see someone try and break a fucking line with a pass. That just recycling it is important at times, but there comes moments where I don't mind if a player has a shot and it goes in row Z. Like, you got not shooting is worse than shooting and missing.
Exactly.
Agreed.
You've got to get the balance right. I want to speak to YU FC. Hasn't spoken yet. Hello, mate.
It's again, just to touch up a little bit on the Sancho, since I'm a United fan. I genuinely, I love Sancho. He's a fantastic player. He's in terms of how technical ability, etc. But I think people need to understand there are players that just don't fit the Premier League. They just don't. They just don't. He's not a Premier League player. He's not. And we're talking about the best of the best teams. You look at how direct the wingers are in Arsenal. You have Bukayo Saka that will eat people alive 1v1. You have Martinelli. Yes, he's not doing well now, but at his best, he will kill you 1-on-1. And so it's profile, and Chelsea has a lot of talented players there, but then these players are just like misprofiled. You signed Nkunku because he's what? He's a second quote unquote striker. Isn't that what you did for Havertz? Isn't that what was Havertz? Wasn't Havertz a second quote unquote striker? You again, it's like Caicedo. I feel so bad for Caicedo because Chelsea are gonna kill this guy. Chelsea are gonna kill Caicedo. Like, guys, you guys are gonna ruin Caicedo. I remember, what was it? It's like Chelsea looked at Caicedo and said, "You know what? You're our Angola Conte." Like, there's only one of Angola Conte. Angola Conte is a once in a life generational player where he just has the energy to be a midfield by himself. If you're expecting Caicedo to do that, season in, season out, man, he's gonna have a short shelf life. Again, I don't know. With Chelsea, it is interesting about, and going back to what Mo said about Enzo Maresca. I followed this guy when last season, only for one reason only. As a United fan, I was invested in Kieran McKenna. I was keeping up with the championship, and there was a lot of warning signs and red flags about Enzo Maresca last season with Leicester. Leicester had the best team. They fell off hard in the second half of the season, and similar. And I'm gonna compare him to another manager in London, and I have a feeling that what happened with Enzo Maresca is teams found out. Like, they found you out when you're new and people don't know much about you, and they see you for the first time. Things are different. People don't know how to react to you. But once people study you, once teams, these coaches are good. The Bromwich coach, these clubs are good. They know how to set up against Chelsea, and Chelsea becoming way too predictable, way too predictable, and that also coincides with the fact that Jackson fell off a cliff. Is it coincidence that when Chelsea was banging in, Jackson was fantastic, was absolutely fantastic, scoring goals? Everyone's like, "Whoa, people brought off Jackson last season, and all of a sudden he was hot. He was scoring bare goals, and as soon as he fall off, it just seems like Chelsea having just no other answer. For me is, man, Chelsea. I don't know what to say. And last thing I'll say is, what is so crazy. I also, I'm in a whole group chat with a lot of Chelsea fans. Like, I'm always surrounded by Chelsea fans. My whole family's Chelsea, etc. Right? So I talk about Chelsea 24/7. One of my friends told me, Chelsea fans said, we simply lost to the better team, and I'm like, you guys, you guys took Cucurella and Caicedo from Brighton. You guys took the entire scouting department. You guys took what was one of the football directors. You guys took Graham Potter, and you're telling me you lost to the better team?
The worst thing is
like,
their
what?
manager. The worst thing is the Brighton manager is younger than the backline. Two of the
He's
players of
31
backline.
years old.
Yes,
That's crazy.
Yeah,
and
That's
the
crazy.
worst thing.
Crazy, man.
And we lost to that. Like,
There's a few super chats here. I want to do. First one. This was directed towards you, Andrew. That said, this guy is realistic. It's a product of a young team fighting through a long season, injuries, etc. It's a great test. Mo is the worst kind of troll. Mo being called out there. JJ says Don is pissing me off. Are you on Maresca's payroll? Because you're blaming players, I think he's saying. But
bro, I literally criticized him and said there's a tweet that he can make here, but I'm sorry, today those performances from a lot of the players were disgusting. Right? I'm gonna look at the players first, and even last season, Terry, did I not come in here numerous times where Poch set the team up correctly and blame the players more? Bro?
No,
right?
Of course, no, mate, you're absolutely right. I think that there needs to be balance in this, and of course, we have a bit of banter with you and say you always blame managers and whatever else, but you are balanced with it, and there's fun and there's the truth, and I think from my perspective, I think Maresca has made mistakes and there's things to call him out on, but you can't just let the player. Man United fans did it last night. It's the system, man. It's the system. Well, the same system that after we scored and there was some confidence, we started battering them. That system. Oh, okay, yeah, cool. Like there's balance in these conversations. It's never always completely the manager. It's never always completely the players, completely this, completely that. It's always a combination of these things. In reality,
and that's why I don't want people to completely lose their head, yeah, because we've got gaps in this team, yeah. Guys like Chalobah, even when I saw the links of him potentially coming back, I'm seeing bare people getting excited just so they can point and score against Clear Lake. Your standards are as shit as theirs. Because Chalobah should be at Palace. That's his level. What type of defending was that for the goal that they scored, bro? Ball watching again. Yeah. He had so much time to make himself aware of what was behind him. He did the same thing against Man City, Terry. Yeah. Levi Cole was pinning Haaland. Chalobah's looking at the ball. Foden's behind him. Gone. Yeah. This Chalobah guy has so many moments like this in him. So everyone that was celebrating for him to come back, your standards are shit, just like Clear Lake's. Just like the
Chalobah was bad. Chalobah was bad. He was
in a bit more.
Chalobah was bad, but he was still better than Tosin because Tosin was just like I don't know what that guy does and why we got him from Fulham. Like I get experience. We could have got better experience than him.
I thought he was going to be a lot better than he's been. I've got to hold my hands up on that one. I was a bit annoyed you got him. It just goes to show again when you move to a bigger club where you do more one-on-one isolated defending. It shows a different level. It exposes you a lot more, and yet he looks a lot better at Fulham.
No, I agree with why you.
Yeah, so I just want to say I've got to go, guys.